going on, Jerome's beautiful Q&A. So not gonna lie, like this is gonna be a bit of a scatter shot, sort of a catch-all Q&A, extended Q&A. Thank you everyone who submitted questions, and let's fire it up. First one is from okay, drugs are bad. Okay, can you do a video where you explain some of your most used phrases / running gags like zero goose egg, D'Angelo Russell, or Kirk Cousins? So, also my favorite one for. It's so stupid. Chris Sims, son of Boomer Esiason. And people get so mad because they get really confused. But wait a minute. Chris Sims is Phil Sims' son. Phil Sims and Boomer Esiason kind of look alike. That's all. That's literally the crux of the joke. Also, how would you like to be a quarterback of the Jets? Your name is Boomer. Come on, man. It's pretty fantastic. Like, Boomer back in the day, like, that was a big time name. Sonic Boom. Also, Boomer now is like derogatory. I don't know. I guess he is a boomer too. There you go. We should do. We get this sometimes. We should do just like a glossary page. Except I forget the etymology of even some. Like Kirk Cousins is to show him disrespect, just like Bruce Allen, former president of the commies, Washington, whatever. D'Angelo Russell. It's because D'Angelo Russell wore number 0. Also, D'Angelo Russell was bad. Me. There you go. Next. JD, a favorite barbecue dish while watching Vikings football. Also, what brews do you prefer to go with the dish? So, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of weird because I'm not a big beer with food type guy. I'm not a big cocktail with food type guy. Wine, for sure. I mean, wine with a good steak, wine with a nice, nice piece of fish, sake with sushi. It's fantastic. Actually, no, I take that back. Japanese beer with sushi. Come on, man. But in general, like, I'm not like a big beer and food combination guy. Plus, during the games, I'm focusing doing all that stuff, and generally, I don't eat during the games. I'll eat after. I mean, certainly, right? Because Victory Wings took on a whole new meaning last year. I think I bankrupted the good people over at Tyson last year, right? Because only winners get wings. That's all. But barbecue dish for game day. So, our game days are sort of weird. They're very subdued. Like, my wife will, take the kids to go do something because she doesn't care about football. Kids don't care about football. I'm in the office watching the game, sweating my fantasy team, sweating my stupid jelly beans and all that stuff. So it's really because I kind of miss like being just a normal fan sometimes. You get together with the friends and family, you have the tailgate, you have the whole smorgasbord, and you watch the game. Woo! Have a couple of brewskis. Just I don't know, just don't do it anymore. Yeah. But I guess we do. Since fall and winter, like we'll make chili, we'll make. Of course, Minnesota chili with all the beans. All my Texas people are just pissed off right now. Yeah. But also we'll make chicken ball rice soup. I feel like we do really good with that. So there you go. Yeah, it's kind of a non-answer answer. There you go. Ambient knots. Ambient knots. Not gonna lie, like last time I took an Ambien, I think I drove. I don't know for sure. It was bad news. Bad news. So I'm not advocating one way or the other, right? But people live their lives, right? And no one's perfect. And I will say not specifically, but some substances that were no bueno. You know what I mean? I tried one of them, a specific one, once. And I just knew that it was no good. It was no good. And do you ever do that? Well, someone tries a certain thing once and they're like, wow, I'm going to do this. Like, I was just like, this is going to ruin my life. And I never touched it again. It was bad. Anyways, after so many years producing a consistently epic YouTube show, what thing or process step did you eliminate to make life/work better? And what thing or new process did you add to make doing it better? I don't know. Well, I guess like way back in the day, it really became more of a grip and rip it situation because initially, like when the podcast started like 10 years ago, it was just like, I tried to be all like professional about it. It's like, oh, today the Minnesota Vikings lost to the Ravens in the Blizzard game because Leslie Frazier, blah, 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 blah. But now it's just like tangents, being human, and I don't know. Maybe people like it, maybe people hate it. I don't know. But it's what's fun for me. Also, just the whole, starting this channel, like I wanted to create content that wasn't there, that I wanted to see. Like I wanted to see like a little bit of infotainment, right? So we'll get our information, we'll get a couple of cheap laughs, and that's really about it. Because I feel like it's very polarized. Like it's either one or the other. Like it's dick and fart jokes, or just actually on Tuesday 98.6 snorkel. Like we're trying to bridge that gap, trying to clap cheeks. We're trying to be in the middle. That's what we're trying to do. Next, imposter. When life gets tough, and what do you do to refocus and relax the mind? Get blackout drunk. No, actually that would be a terrible answer. This might be JJ McCarthy inspired because I've always been interested in stoicism and like Marcus Aurelius, the meditations and stuff. And since he became our quarterback, I've re-listened to it a couple times. I have that audiobook and gotten into meditation. It is so hard. Yeah. Even just like 5 minutes a day, just trying to sit there and breathe and shut off your mind, because your brain is going like a million different places. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But it's just like, all right, we need to do this and we need to do that, and we got to take that to the shop and do blah, 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 blah. And the kids have swimming and blah, 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 and piano later and blah, 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 blah. It's, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if people just took 20 minutes every day to close your eyes, breathe, and it doesn't even have to be meditation. Just sit still. You could fall asleep. You could take a little nap, a little nappy poo. Actually, the world would be better if everyone just had a nap. You know what I mean? Just a little siesta in the afternoon. But that's basically what it is. Plus, refocusing, just trying to remember what matters. Just trying to have gratitude. It's like, hey, I get to sit here and have this fun hobby. Because like there's some days where it's just like, I have to try and be funny today. No, it's like I get the honor and privilege to sit here in my basement, not wearing pants. We don't know, and have this be a fun hobby side hustle and build a community and be at the cutting edge of Vikings infotainment. That's a privilege. Pressure is a privilege. You know what I mean? People expect things out of you. Plus, God, this is going to sound really douchey. This is going to sound extremely, extremely douchey. Some point, my buddy's pointing this out to me. He's like, hey, is it weird that you're the best in the world at what you do? And I thought about it because, like I said, on its face, it sounds extremely douchey. But if you think about it, it's like, hey, I respect like all the other Vikings channels out there, but are we the best in the world at what we do? Specifically in the very narrow niche of like Vikings football infotainment. And that's a weird way to think about things, but I mean, it's maybe. It's weird. Anyways, next. Oh, also family and kids and all that stuff. And yeah, think about what you're fighting for every single day. Next. Trevor Lowe Fishing, our guy. When are we going fishing, by the way? Keep 2, get rid of 1, grilling edition, steak, wings, and ribs. This one's tough because ribs are fantastic. Plus, ribs are extremely versatile. And like like everyone thinks about ribs, everyone thinks about barbecue and all that stuff, which is great. But also like ribs and like Vietnamese soups, like they know how to do it, because there's so many dishes, whether Vietnamese or Thai or Singapore, like look completely like bland, like Singaporean chicken rice, where it's just like boiled chickens. Like, how good can this be? And it's like the greatest thing in the world. Wild. Anyways, or the Vietnamese like spare rib soup. It's just like blanched spare ribs with broth. It's like this faintly gray discolored meat, and it's fantastic. But I would probably have to say steak and wings, because there's just something about steak, and there's just something about wings. Plus, I feel like I'm not a doctor. I feel like if you eat wings and then you're very good about eating the skin, about eating the cartilage, getting collagen, I feel like it's more nutritious than just like a rack of ribs. The ribs are still really good. But I guess we can go with this, because you can still get like faux rib flavor from like pork shoulder and stuff. I don't know. Luckily, I'm proud to be American, where at least I don't have to give up one of the three. Yeah. Oh, power rankings, though. All right, I'll go steak, wings, and ribs. Because there's just I feel like in the back of our caveman mind, like when you got a nice juicy steak and you're searing it, put a nice crust on it, or like open flame. Like meat to open flame, the sizzle, the smell, everything. I feel like it reaches somewhere into the back of our caveman brain. It's like, hey, this is great. We're going to live another day. We're going to go get after that mastodon tomorrow. It's going to be good. I might die in my sleep. I might be carried away by mosquitoes. Who knows? But we're going to live. It's like, we talked about this before, like the same jolt of euphoria and endorphins you get when you're fishing, and you feel, you sit in the line, you just feel that bite from the big fish. You're just like, I'm not going to die. That's not caveman brain. That's great. Yeah. Anyways, or like when you're reproducing. Oh, forgot. Family show. Ben Chalmers, a two-part question. Do you think the running game will be a snake or a sparkler? And what's your favorite firework? Mine are the ones after Vikings TD. It's really BS that the Tennessee Titans ruined game day pyrotechnics for everyone. Because, I mean, when that dragon was climaxing with fire, it was good. Do you think our running game will be snake or sparkler? Which one's good? Snake? Or are we talking snake like the Nokia brick game? Or are we talking about sparkler like, I don't know, my kids like sparklers. I think the running game is good. I think the Vikings running game is going to be surprisingly good. I think Curtis Motkins will save his job since he's running backs coach / run game coordinator. I think this offensive line is going to get after things. And I think Jones and Mason will be Sonic and Knuckles adjacent. I truly do. I do believe Kevin O'Connell's like, we know his track record of being throw, being pass heavy, downtown Julie Brown, but I feel like we're not even going to recognize this running game. I feel like it's going to be there's going to be a lot of power elements. I feel like there's going to be an attitude outside zone. That this isn't going to be your grandpa's outside zone. I think we're literally going to come out and punch teams in the face. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be good. Favorite fireworks? I like the ones that look like cowboy hats or smiley faces. Saw a couple of those. Also, so the fireworks we went to last night, there's a lot of green and pink. So you know that the Chinese were just like, oh, wicked, or something like that. Kids like it. There you go. Lastly, Connor May, random finance tips. The most random. So I say this as a former day trader. You're not smart enough. I'm certainly not smart enough. Like, you're not smart enough to try and outsmart the market, try and time the market. Like, you can get lucky, and that it's sort of like cognitive dissonance. But overall, like, whenever anyone asks about like finance stuff, I just say pile drive index funds. Whether it's S&P 500 funds, whether it's Vanguard funds, whether it's whatever, just like set a certain percentage of your income every month, automatically toss it in, invest, and then just go from there. Like, set and forget. It's like, I feel like people are trying to find like the next big thing. That's why crypto is so prevalent right now. But yeah, no. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have a little bit of crypto because just like a little taste. But overall, money that matters, have it be, say, like, Buffett has 2 rules about money. Number 1, don't lose money. Number 2, don't forget rule 1. That whole thing. Also, randoms. Invest in experiences, not things, right? Because I know that as a society, we're very materialistic and all this stuff, but put your money towards experiences, especially if you got my wife, you got a wife and kids, because like you'll talk about trips, you'll talk about moments on like vacations forever, whereas, oh, we have a boat, or oh, we have a motorhome. Although, not gonna lie, like a motorhome would create a lot of great memories too. All right, but I don't know. Other random finance tips. Set aside a certain percentage like every month or every quarter and literally just blow it, because money is meant to be enjoyed. And if you just stuff it under your mattress, it's going to be worth less tomorrow than it is today. And I feel like mentally there's something about just like enjoying yourself occasionally, because you don't know when things are going to happen. So the wife and I, we like going to different cities and trying out nice restaurants, and also like sort of stalking, the Top Chef people. It's kind of funny. And then, I don't know, just live your life. Life is meant to be lived, right? Because if you wait and you produce all your widgets till, oh, I'm 65 now, it's time to start living, dead. That's what happens, and it's tragic, but that's what happens, man. Also, this isn't like a finance tip, but be present, because there's a time for work, there's a time for family, there's a time for blah, 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 there's a time for everything, right? So when you're there, be there, because I've definitely felt myself fall into this trap too, where it's like, I'm at work, I wish I was with my family. When I'm with my family, I'm thinking about work. It's kind of tough at times. I had one more. If you are the head of the household, term life insurance. I know that's like the Dave Ramsey one, but life insurance. Also, long-term disability insurance, just in case. Yeah. Unless you have enough cash where you can self-insure, but just make sure if anything happens, like, there's alien abductions all the time, so take care of yourself. Plus, I don't want to put that out there. You're gonna die, or things happen. So, try and hedge your bets as much as possible. Maybe that's a good one. Hedge your bets in life and otherwise. There you go. Anyways, that's also random finance tips. If you're going to invest some jelly beans throughout like the football season, have only a certain amount of jelly beans that if you lit on fire, you don't care, or it doesn't impact things. And if you run out of those jelly beans, if it's week 4 and you're out of jelly beans, you're out of jelly beans for the year. That's what it is. Anyways, that's it. Vikings Q&A. Actually, life Q&A. Close enough Q&A. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull, production value.